ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday's market SITREP, or Situation Report, here at Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz, and getting a little hotter over in Asia, in the South China Sea, in a bunch of different areas. Yesterday, I reported that Beijing has ordered 200 ships to the Spratly Islands, which is obviously disputed territory in the middle of the South China Sea. Vietnam, China, Philippines, Malaysia, Korea, South Korea, Japan, you name the country, they think they own these islands. Obviously, very, very important fishing and energy. But looks like as China's sitting here smiling and giving us concessions with fentanyl and other trade-related issues, they're doing this. Yesterday, some Chinese fighter aircraft entered Taiwan airspace. Taiwan fighter jets scrambled to get rid of those fighter jets. This is all going on behind the scenes, folks. I'm briefing you on this. I'm keeping an eye on this. But Taiwan scrambling fighter jets to intercept Chinese jets, testing its resolve, is not good. A couple months ago, Prime Minister Xi reminded the world that Taiwan is a renegade province and they're going to take it back, or not take it back, but they're going to exert their control again. Taiwan has asked for 66 more F-16s, more M1 Abrams battle tanks. So as everybody focuses on trade, I focus on these issues because this is what happens, folks. Remember how we got it, at least in the World War II at Pearl Harbor? Oil, right? The president embargoed oil against the island nation of Japan, and there we go. So this is trade, economics are usually where wars start, and of course religions. Anyway, good article, believe it or not. I can't believe I'm about to say this. In the New York Times, China's purchases could undercut Trump's larger trade goals. So the president forcing a bunch of Chinese industries to purchase U.S. goods is going to do what? If you believe in a free market, being ordered by the government to purchase stuff isn't free market or open or free trade. So the New York Times actually lays out an interesting argument that if the Chinese government agrees to this, what are they going to do? Those purchases are probably going to be ordered by the government, and most will be carried out by state-controlled businesses, further cementing Beijing's role in managing its economy and potentially making the United States even more beholden to the Chinese. So we're looking at a circular firing squad here. We want the Chinese government to be more free trade-ish, right? Including, well, stop stealing everything that's not nailed down here in the United States, which they will agree to but won't stop doing. But we want them to stop subsidizing Chinese businesses. But if the Chinese government gets out of Chinese businesses and says, hey, fully free market, why the hell would they buy anything from the United States? It's cheaper over there. So this is interesting. We're starting to see some interesting maneuvers behind the scenes. We had a beautiful burner trade on FXI. It was up about $3,900 at its peak yesterday. We talked in our weekly options brief to maybe scale out of half that position and take some profits, which is looking pretty good because, as I said, it looks like this 45 level has been resistance here. 1, 2, 3, about 4 times. As soon as we hit 45, this thing tends to sell off. We're going to talk about this position at 1 o'clock in our primary live trade brief with our members right now. Yeah, it looks like, the long calls are up $1,500 in a week, and the bull put spread is up about $1,500. So $3,000 profit. That's a full throttle max annual subscription with one trade in 1 week. That's pretty damn good. There you go. There's that FXI burner trade, a 43, 42.5 bull put spread, 45 calls, and looking absolutely phenomenal. Very happy with that trade. But we saw this rip your face off rally yesterday in U.S. equities and European markets based on what? Chinese manufacturing rebound. Did it rebound? I don't know. I don't believe a word that comes out of the Chinese government, especially when it comes to their economy. A lot of, hey, our economy is good. We're agreeing to trade. A lot of stuff going on. China is an absolute train wreck economically. So if you believe these numbers, you're a fool. So I didn't believe them when they were good. I didn't believe them when they were bad. I definitely don't believe them when they're good again. We're going to talk about Brazil. EWZ is rebounding nicely from its implosion a couple weeks ago. I told you this happens occasionally down in Brazil. They have political scandals, right? Former President Temer arrested in the car wash scandal. EWZ imploded. I said, it doesn't matter. Use this as an opportunity to establish more of a long position or to get into your long on EWZ. Nice recovery. It got back to about half of this implosion, and it's seeing some resistance. So we'll talk about this trade as well at 1 o'clock. Maybe time for an iron condor on EWZ. Let's take a look at the future of Brazilian stocks. Hinges on 2 words: pension reform. He's starting to reform pensions, which is good. So we're kind of wallowing around after this rip your face off rally yesterday. We've broken through that mystical 2850 on the S&P 500. The 7th time we've tried to get through this thing. Remains to be seen if we hang up here. Starting to hear some warnings about earnings. Morgan Stanley sees a 70% chance of a downturn as early as next month. A lot of conflicting signals. We're seeing a lot of mixed macroeconomic data right now, and we're seeing, to be honest with you, a lot of mixed information out of the Fed. One dude at the Fed saying, or a couple dudes and ladies are saying we need to cut rates. Other folks saying we're fine. And then on Friday, we had a guy come out and said, cutting interest rates, what are you, high? We need to be raising interest rates. And I agree with that, dude. So as the stock market is confused as you are about a recession, couldn't agree more with that. But a lot of companies are set to drop. Q1 earnings are not going to be solid, and I think we're going to probably pull back on that. February retail sales were not good yesterday, but this week all eyes are going to be on Friday because we have non-farm payroll. We'll get some PMI on our end and also some trade numbers throughout the week, but very, very big week macroeconomically. We're also going to talk about 1 o'clock about all these limousine liberal shitty tech stocks like Facebook accidentally deleting years of Mark Zuckerberg's old posts that they didn't like, accidentally deleted. Here's what's sad about this is Facebook actually believes you'll believe this. Instead of telling the truth, they're lying again. This guy's he's a disgusting human being. But God bless him. Welcome to American capitalism. And I love the guy now. So when he built Facebook and broke, all sorts of just regular, good, decent things, didn't break the law, now he's saying, hey, we need to be regulated. Once the guy builds this massive company, he wants to put a moat around it. How? By bringing in Uncle Sam. Pretty opportune time for this guy to start caring about regulation and stuff like this. Unplanned, great movie. Strongly recommend that you see it, but pretty interesting that Twitter has suspended its account a couple times until people freaked out about it. So the day Unplanned, this anti-abortion movie came out, Twitter's suspended their account. And then hours later said, oh, wait, it's back up, but yeah, we're not going to tell you why we suspended it. Awful human beings, folks. Limousine liberals from the Bay Area who want to dictate how the rest of this country thinks, feels, and acts and talks. Absolutely disgusting. Anyway, folks, we are full. This is our first full week with our new members. So we're closed to annual and monthly memberships. If you want to take a test flight, 7 days for $38, which is about less than the price of a nice drink down here on Las Olas Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale, you can head to go.topgunoptions.com/go-flight, and you can take a 7-day test flight for only $30. Okay, I got to get going. Got to get ready for my primary live trade brief at 1 o'clock. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless.